Warning: over 65, eat these 4 nuts to protect your health, and avoid these 4 dangerous ones. Did you know that after the age of 65, the risk of developing heart disease, cancer, and Alzheimer's almost doubles? Now imagine that a simple handful of nuts chosen the right way can be a powerful natural armor for your body. But pay attention, some nuts can protect your health, while others can silently trigger serious diseases. And that is exactly what we are going to reveal today. Which 4 nuts you should consume frequently, and which 4 you urgently need to avoid. If you are over 60, or if you want to age with energy and lucidity, this video is for you. And take the opportunity to comment down below. How old are you? Let's create a community focused on health and longevity. As we get older, our body naturally goes through profound changes. We lose muscle mass, our immunity weakens, and the risk of silent inflammation increases. But here's some good news. Some foods have the power to act as true natural allies against this process, and nuts are among the most powerful. Recent studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2023 show that regular consumption of nuts can reduce the risk of heart disease by up to 20% and the risk of cognitive decline by 14%. This happens because nuts are rich in essential nutrients that our body increasingly needs as we age. Omega-3, a good fat that protects the brain and helps prevent memory loss. Antioxidants, they fight oxidative stress, one of the main villains of premature aging. Proteins and fibers strengthen muscles, help digestion, and promote satiety, preventing weight gain. And there's more. Besides strengthening the cardiovascular and brain systems, certain types of nuts also help control bad cholesterol, LDL, and maintain bone health, crucial factors for those over 60 years old. But attention, not every nut will bring you these benefits. Some, in fact, can even put your health at risk if consumed without care. The 4 powerful nuts to protect your health. Now that you know the importance of including nuts in your routine, let's go straight to the champions of longevity. These 4 nuts were chosen based on recent research and can be true natural remedies for those who seek to age with more energy and fewer diseases. 1. Pecan, the heart protector. Rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, pecans help reduce bad cholesterol, LDL, and increase good cholesterol, HDL. A study from the Journal of Nutrition 2021 showed that people who consume pecans regularly have a 17% lower risk of heart disease. They also contain powerful antioxidants like vitamin E and zinc, which protect your arteries against silent inflammations. Practical tip: eat 5 to 7 units per day, natural, without added salt or sugar. 2. Almonds, the bone strengthener. Almonds are true deposits of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, 3 essential minerals to maintain strong bone health after 60 years. According to the Bone Health and Osteoporosis Foundation 2022, including almonds in the diet can help reduce bone mass loss, especially in postmenopausal women. Additionally, they are great allies in glucose control, helping to prevent type 2 diabetes. Practical tip: a portion of 10 to 12 almonds per day is enough to reap these benefits. 3. Brazil nuts. The natural anti-inflammatory Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a powerful antioxidant mineral. Research from the Nutrients Journal 2020 shows that just 1 Brazil nut a day is enough to maintain optimal selenium levels, reducing chronic inflammation linked to diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer. Warning: stick to no more than 2 Brazil nuts per day to avoid selenium overload, which can be harmful. 4. Walnuts. The Brain Shield walnuts are packed with alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based type of omega-3. Studies published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience 2022 found that seniors who eat walnuts regularly have better cognitive function and less brain shrinkage. Walnuts also help lower blood pressure and support blood vessel health, protecting your brain against strokes. Tip: aim for 5 to 7 walnuts per day, preferably raw or lightly toasted without added salt. But beware, not all nuts are good for you. Now that you know the champions, stay tuned, because I'll also reveal which nuts you should avoid to protect your health. The 4 dangerous nuts you must avoid. Not everything that seems healthy is harmless. Some nuts, depending on how they are produced or consumed, can bring more risks than benefits, especially for those over 60 years old. See now which are the 4 main traps you must avoid to protect your health. 1. Peanuts, the deceptive risk. Although popular, peanuts are not a real nut, they are a legume. And here's the problem. Peanuts are extremely susceptible to contamination by aflatoxins, toxic substances produced by fungi, which according to the World Health Organization 2022 are associated with a significant increase in the risk of liver cancer, especially for those whose immunity is already lower due to aging. This is a silent threat. Tip: if you consume peanuts, prefer organic, certified versions and avoid very old ones or those stored improperly. 2. Nuts with added sugar or salt, the fake healthy snack. Excess sugar causes inflammation and extra sodium raises blood pressure, two major enemies for those seeking longevity. Many industrialized versions of nuts are loaded with these two invisible poisons. According to data from the American Heart Association 2023, excess sodium is responsible for about 2 million cardiovascular deaths per year worldwide. Tip: always prefer raw or lightly roasted nuts without artificial seasonings. 3. Rancid nuts, the invisible poison. Few people know, but old nuts, when exposed to light and heat, undergo oxidation. This process generates free radicals that accelerate cellular aging and increase the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and cancer. The Journal of Food Science 2021 warns that regularly consuming oxidized foods can severely compromise brain and heart health. Tip: always check the smell and appearance. If it tastes bitter or smells rancid, discard it immediately. 4. Industrialized nut mixes, the toxic combo. Those colorful, healthy snack packages often hide dangerous traps. Presence of refined oils, such as canola oil, which when heated produces toxic substances. Artificial sweeteners, chemical preservatives. All of this promotes silent inflammation and overloads the liver and kidneys, two organs that naturally lose efficiency with age. Tip: make your own mixes at home using fresh nuts and natural seeds. Now that you already know what to consume and what to avoid, it's time to learn how to properly choose and store your nuts to get the maximum benefits. How to choose and consume nuts the right way. Knowing which nuts to consume and which to avoid is the first step. But to make sure you are truly absorbing all the benefits, it is essential to choose and store your nuts the right way. Let's go through the practical tips that can make a real difference for your health. 1. Always choose whole and natural nuts. Always prefer nuts in their most natural form, whole, raw, or only lightly roasted. Stay away from nuts with shiny coatings or that are sweetened or salted, as these versions go through industrial processes that destroy nutrients and add inflammatory compounds. A real nut should have a matte appearance and a firm texture. 2. Pay attention to aroma and color. When buying, smell the nuts. If they smell like rancid oil or mold, avoid them. This indicates oxidation and the formation of free radicals, which are harmful to your brain and heart. The color should also be uniform and natural. Avoid whitish or very dark nuts. 3. How to properly store nuts at home. After opening, store nuts in airtight containers, away from light and heat. For those living in very hot regions, the golden tip is to keep them in the refrigerator or freezer. This triples the shelf life of healthy fats, keeping the nuts fresh and potent. At room temperature, try to consume them within 30 days. 4. Smart portions to get it right. Even though they are extremely healthy, nuts are high in calories. To enjoy the best they offer without harming your weight or liver, follow this simple guidance. No more than a small handful per day, about 20 to 30 grams. Example of a balanced daily portion: 5 common walnuts, 7 pecans, 10 to 12 almonds, 1 to 2 Brazil nuts. Now you have the knowledge needed to turn a simple snack into a true natural medicine. And in the next step, I'll summarize everything we've learned and show you how small daily choices can lead you to a longer, more active, and much happier life. If you made it this far, congratulations. Now you know, after age 65, our food choices become even more crucial for the health of the heart, brain, and bones. Together, we discovered that some nuts, like pecans, almonds, Brazil nuts, and common walnuts, can be powerful allies for those seeking greater longevity, energy, and well-being. On the other hand, we saw that contaminated peanuts, sweetened nuts, rancid nuts, and industrialized mixes can be true traps for health, and that we need to stay alert. We also emphasized the importance of choosing natural, fresh nuts and storing them properly to preserve all their precious nutrients. Now imagine your future, a stronger body, a more active mind, and the freedom to live your best years with vitality and joy. Small changes today, like simply choosing the right nuts, can plant the vitality you will harvest in the years to come. So tell me, which of these nuts are you going to start including in your routine from today? I really want to know. If this content helped you, leave your like, share it with someone who also deserves to take care of their health, and subscribe to the channel to receive more practical, science-based tips. And remember, always seek guidance from a healthcare professional or nutritionist before making changes to your diet, especially if you already have health problems or are taking medications. Take care.